So last week we put together a Windows Vista era gaming PC for a project that I'm working on. But as a sidebar for this week, I kind of want to do something a little bit silly and install Windows 10 and see if we can do any modern gaming on this old hardware. And yes, I know, before the keyboard warriors come out, it's kind of pointless, but I do have some logic here. You see, the hardware in here supports Windows 10. There are drivers for the graphics card, the GTX 260 for Windows 10, and a lot of the games that I have in my Steam library are from the kind of early 2010s era where actually this system should be more than capable of running those games. But of course, I've bought them on Steam, so they're only available through Steam, and Steam is not available on Windows Vista, certainly not, or Windows 7 anymore. You have to use Windows 10 or newer. So if I want to play these old titles that I have in my Steam library on era-appropriate hardware, I'm going to have to use Windows 10 to do that. So we're going to install Windows 10 and we're going to check it out. And yes, Windows 10 has now reached kind of end of life, but A, there are ways you can extend those security updates, and B, other than downloading the games, we're not really using the internet here at all, so it's kind of just nice being able to still do this. For how long we'll still be able to do this, I'm not sure. I'm sure at some point Steam will drop Windows 10 support. But anyway, let's take a look at some games and see what gaming power you can still get out of this really old hardware. As far as the hardware itself, if you didn't watch last week's video, we are using a GTX 260, which actually came out in 2008. So yeah, it's a 17-year-old graphics card at this point. It does support DirectX 11 to a point. It only has a feature level set to 10, which is kind of a problem for some games that expect a full feature set of DirectX 11, so I expect we're going to have some issues there. It also only has 896 megabytes of graphics memory, so yeah, we're probably going to have some graphics limitations as well. I did actually consider using this, which is GTX 295, but this is kind of even more problematic because this is actually essentially two graphics cards SLI'd into one housing, and Windows 10 really did not like that. So we're sticking with the 260 here. This is obviously more powerful in most ways, but it doesn't work on Windows 10, at least I can't get it to, so it's not more powerful because it's dead. That particular one also has a really annoying fan whine. So anyway, we're sticking to the 260 for this video. We also have an Intel i7 960, which is kind of the first generation of i7s. It is a quad-core 8-thread CPU, so again, should be pretty up to scuff for most fairly modern gaming. And we have 8 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, which again, should be good enough. I still haven't been able to fix the pins on the CPU socket, so we don't have the full triple channel memory that this chip supports. That is just dual channel for now. So overall, we have the makings of a fairly serviceable gaming PC. And I really want to see what gaming we can actually achieve here. So let's get some benchmarks done first, just to be able to compare it synthetically to modern computers, and then we'll give some games a try. So Windows 10 installed with no problem at all, and naturally the first thing I want to do is some synthetic benchmarks, because I do like to just have numbers to compare. So I ran Geekbench on the CPU, and we got a single core score of 491, and a multi-core score of 1686, which is pretty dismal, to be honest, but kind of expected for, 16-year-old hardware. But the real reason why I wanted to test this out is because I want to be able to run Steam, I want to be able to connect to the internet, and I want to be able to play multiplayer games, even if they can only play games from 16 years ago. So naturally, the first thing I have to test, of course, is Half-Life 2, and not at all expectedly, it ran flawlessly. 120 plus FPS, smooth, at 1080p, full settings, and it is using DirectX 9, so fully supported by this GPU. No problems there at all. Next up, I wanted to take a look at COD. We'd had a quick look at the single-player Modern Warfare 2 when we were running Vista, and that's because, well, I don't really want to connect a Vista PC to the internet, and even if I did, I'd only have the game on Steam, so I couldn't actually run it anyway. And so we got it downloaded and installed the multiplayer, and it worked perfectly. I was able to play live, online, multiplayer games. There's still a community of people playing this game because it is a brilliant FPS. It also runs on DirectX 9, so no problems there either. And we were getting about 80 plus FPS. There was some hitching, some issues, particularly when you die. Like, there was just a little bit of problems there. But you could definitely see that the GPU itself wasn't being taxed. However, the graphics memory was definitely getting filled up here. And this is probably the problem with this card. Having less than a gigabyte of graphics memory, especially today, is a really weak starting point. So I wanted to try some other games, and naturally I turned to Crysis. Well, in my Steam library, I have Crysis 2, so I thought I'd give that a go. And yeah, okay, you know, this is really pushing this card to its maximum limits, and it is kind of unrealistic. This game came out, I think, 4 years after the GPU was launched, so, you know, it's kind of pushing things here. But we did get kind of 40 plus FPS. You could play through this. It's not a smooth experience, but it's definitely a playable game. It's just not really where this setup shines. I then really wanted to try some more modern games, see how far we could actually take this. I tried to fire up Doom, the modern remake, and unfortunately that just crashed out with some errors and it would not launch at all. And Doom Eternal, obviously, really, also gave an error. It said it didn't recognize the GPU, which makes a lot of sense. I wasn't really expecting this game to be able to run. Nonetheless, it's kind of a shame. But I did have a look at some kind of lighter games that are more modern. Looking at R.E.P.O, which is a game I really enjoyed playing. It's just a lot of fun, and it is more recent. I think it was released this year, maybe last year. And this actually plays. This actually is installable and it works. Okay, you're getting about 30 FPS. Yeah, there's a bit of hitching and it's not the smoothest 30 FPS, which when you're doing delicate movements with breakable objects, yeah, okay, it doesn't help so much, that's for sure. But I was just really impressed that this actually is playable here. It is running DirectX 11, so this is a game that's running DirectX 11 on this old GPU, and obviously just uses the feature set that this GPU does actually support, which is really cool. So yeah, some lighter new games that you wouldn't be able to run on Vista, you could definitely run here on this older hardware. And then, naturally, when I think of modern but low-powered games, I turn to Minecraft. And again, it works. You can play modern, up-to-date Minecraft. You could connect to Minecraft servers and do all that sort of fun stuff on this really old 16-year-old hardware. You're getting about 50 plus FPS, normally just moving about the world, and that's completely playable. I think, again, is really not a bad experience. There was some weird frame timing things where if I looked into a jungle, the frame times would kind of jump about, when if I looked out into the open world, it wasn't. I'm wondering if that was like particle effects or something else that's going on there to kind of cause this extra load. A bit weird, but anyway, it was playable. On 16-year-old hardware, can you run a modern operating system on 16-year-old hardware? Well, if you include Windows 10 still as a modern operating system, bearing in mind that it has now reached the end of its life, there is an extended security window, so I think it's still a viable operating system for a little bit longer, but we're definitely coming to the end of it now, which is a shame because, yeah, Windows 10 runs flawlessly here. It's no problem at all. You can still install Steam, which is great, so you can still play a lot of games. Certainly all the games that were released many years ago and are still in the library, or lighter modern games also seem to work, as long as they use the right feature set of DirectX. So this is really one of those cases of, can you do this? Yeah, sure. And actually, your experience is probably better than I would expect. Should you do this? No, not in the slightest. Because there's one thing that we're not considering here, and that's power draw. This system is very, very power hungry. That GPU draws up to about 230 watts when under load. That CPU can draw up to 130 watts on its own as well. So the whole system can be drawing well up to 500 plus watts of power playing games. So in terms of power to performance ratio, that's horrendous. And in fact, even if you were given a computer of this era with this kind of spec for free, it really wouldn't take that long of using that and increasing your electricity bill, especially here in the UK where electricity is quite expensive, it wouldn't actually take long at all for you to start paying off just buying a new computer. And it doesn't even have to be a good new computer. We've reviewed mini PCs on the channel, and some of those actually outperform this exceptionally, certainly on the CPU side, and even stand up on the GPU side, and those often draw less than 50 watts. So 10 times less power draw for quite often 2 or 3 times more performance. So yeah, can you install Windows 10 on 16-year-old hardware and install Steam and play modern games on here? Of course you can. Should you do it? No, not in the slightest. I do not recommend doing this. This was literally just something to have a bit of fun with and see if we could. And that's what I like to do on this channel, is just see, can we? Even if maybe we shouldn't. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed putting it together. It was a bit silly, bit fun, always good. Please do hit that like button and subscribe. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers this year, so every single subscription really does help. And I will see you again for another video very, very soon. Bye for now.